All right. Welcome to Bucketphoria. This is a basketball podcast presented by Mafia Sports Report and Sports Dynasty. We are back again. And so last week we spoke about the Clippers and Memphis, I believe, right?
Yep.
Now we are going to talk about the Dallas Mavericks.
Which I'll give both teams this.
Mhm.
They've been playing
Since then.
well since then.
Yeah, that's true. So good on their part. Good win by the Clippers last night. They just beat recently Golden State. But Dallas, I think there's a cause for urgency here because Luka and Kyrie's been out, and Luka went out on an injury that he re-aggravated, and it seems like this team's kind of on life support.
They lost 4 of the last 6 games.
Okay, really bad.
Lost to Phoenix in a close one.
Mm-hmm.
Got dropped out by CJ McCollum.
Right.
And lost back-to-back games to the Grizzlies without their guys. One in a close game, one in an absolute blowout. And they beat San Antonio recently in an overtime game.
Mm-hmm.
And their next 5 games
Or Lakers with AD.
are the Lakers with Anthony Davis playing.
Mm-hmm.
The Grizzlies again.
Oh, they're the Grizzlies again?
Well,
Wait, on 2 back-to-back?
no, just another one.
Oh, okay.
Golden State at their own house, thankfully for them.
So they lost.
Don't go there.
Wait, who's home? I'm sorry?
Dallas.
Yeah, but if they don't have those 2 guys, yeah, that is insane. I can't see Golden State losing that.
They will find a way. And luckily for them, the Hornets twice.
Who? That's trap team.
I could have beat somebody recently. I think it's the Knicks, right?
Hornets are trap team, yeah.
They beat the Knicks recently.
They
Right?
beat the Knicks. Yep, they're trap team. So they might lose that. Terry Rozier probably gonna destroy them.
I think they almost beat Cleveland recently too.
They're trap. Hornets are a trap team.
Because they can't score that much.
No,
They're pretty good defensively though.
because those guys are out. That's all they're gonna improve defensively because those guys are out.
They just can't score.
Yeah, they just can't score.
So
yeah, it's looking real bad because I'm pretty sure they're gonna lose tomorrow.
I don't know what's up with Kyrie. Like I'm talking like otherwise because it's like out of nowhere. Like, I don't remember seeing him get hurt in that New Orleans game.
He was, for the most part, before he got traded. I'm pretty sure he was like fairly healthy this season, right?
I could have sworn.
Yeah, because he was playing. I mean, he's having a great season actually, and he was killing in Brooklyn. And then all of a sudden he got hurt. Now I know Luka got hurt in the New Orleans game, I believe, and he was already hurt coming in. But obviously they play New Orleans and the standings and things like that. So that is, that was a big game for them. But then Luka re-aggravated his injury as well. So he might be out for some time.
And this is, again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to pretend I'm a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like this is due to the fact that in the beginning of the season, he has such a huge, load to carry.
Yeah, he did have a huge load to carry. Because, yeah, you're right.
That his body finally gave out.
Could be a good point.
Because
even you talk about Luka, right?
Yeah, Luka
even though he's young, it's still so much. It's still so much to carry. And usually Jalen Brunson will kind of take some of the load off, and he hasn't really found that guy yet, which is probably why Mark Cuban pressed the red button and got Kyrie, but it seems like maybe he was too late.
I'm about to say he probably was too late, and doesn't help that they get freaking killed on the defensive side of the ball.
Defensive end, yeah. The defensive end with Luka and Kyrie, they're just horrible defensively.
It feels like a layup line when you're guarding, when either of the two is guarding you. So it has that. If it's not one problem, it's another, right?
Yeah, if it's not one thing, it's another with this group. And
again, they might not have their guys for those Lakers games, and if they don't, they're going to lose the game. Even if they do, they're probably still going to lose.
Yes, that. But so I think we all know that tomorrow they're going to lose this game. They're going to lose this game tomorrow.
Like, at least they'll have a shot if they have what's it called?
Luka.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't. And I'll say this though, even the 2 games they played that they beat the Lakers.
The Lakers. Okay.
The Lakers, right?
Yeah.
The first game is because that third quarter you hit 51 threes. Not 51 threes. They had 51 points in the third quarter because there's so many damn threes.
Right.
The second time was off a missed call, but it was a physical game the whole entire time anyways. And Dallas just wound up, leading it.
Right.
Here's some differences to that. We'll say that.
Big difference.
We don't have LeBron anymore. True.
Mm-hmm.
AD's there now.
Playing the way he's playing.
Playing the way he's playing. And this is just a completely different Lakers team and just entirely.
Yeah,
and they were struggling to beat those Lakers teams.
Those Lakers teams. Yeah, I think any history that a team has with Lakers before the trade deadline is non-existent.
Yeah, because it's a new team. Because again, they didn't play D'Angelo Russell in the last time they played.
Exactly, and look what happened in that game.
And that's the game LeBron got hurt. Mm-hmm. But LeBron cooked them with one foot.
With one foot, yep.
LeBron cooked them with one foot. Jared Vanderbilt looked like God.
Yeah, he looked like the second coming of Dennis Rodman against them
in that game. And again, we get no D'Angelo Russell, healthy Mavericks team, minus Cleveland to keep in that game.
Yeah.
They still got the job done.
And look at the way D'Lo's
playing. And they blew a 27-point lead too. I should probably add that part.
They blew a 27-point lead. Yeah, it's I don't think it's far-fetched to say that this Lakers team with AD is kind of like probably like a top 10 team. So for them to play tomorrow night, to play the Lakers in this state, it's just a cause for concern.
What doesn't help either is that I think this team is facing a huge identity crisis.
Yeah,
I don't think they know what they want to be. I don't think they know what they are.
I mean, we actually seen visual proof of Kyrie and Luka having a difficult time trying to figure that out. And I mean, it comes with time. The problem is that it's the point of the season.
You can't make a trade like this, especially with a guy in the last year of his deal. That's too dramatically different.
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, right? Kyrie Irving, hell of a player. You can't just fit him in and say he's gonna be a seamless fit. Yeah, you have to adjust to him.
Yep.
And
this is a season-long project, season-long progress right here, and they have to fix this in a couple months.
Like if they started the season like this with Kyrie and Luka there, then I will feel like throughout time they'll finally figure it out. They don't have time now. It's the middle of March. The play-in starts next month,
and they're in the West.
And they're in the West. They're 8 seed with a half game ahead of the Thunder and a full game ahead of the Lakers, which they play tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
And you're only a game and a half ahead of New Orleans and Utah. A team that just beat you, by the way, New Orleans.
Yeah, I was gonna say a team. Yeah, exactly, a team that just beat you. So
I think Utah just beat them too.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, it's just very tough. It's just a very tough situation with these teams where all these games are literally like must-win games, and they're just unhealthy in the worst time ever. Again, this is a fit. Like, I'm not knocking the fit. I'm just knocking the time frame in which it was done. They need a whole season for this. No,
they beat them.
They beat them.
I know they played recently, but
so they lost to Utah. So they lost to New Orleans.
No, they beat Utah. They
beat Utah. Okay, so they lost to New Orleans, and they recently lost to the Lakers, and they got them with the rematch tomorrow night. It's just tough, man. And the Lakers have a very kind of like an easy schedule for the rest of the way. And I just saw Phoenix and I saw Memphis twice, I believe.
No, that was before. That was
before. Okay, yeah. So, this team, I feel like I'm not gonna go on the limb and say it because it's just still hard to believe. It's hard to accept it, but I think this team can miss the playoffs.
They can. I just don't think they will.
I don't think they will either. But it's something. It's a possibility here. What I'm going to say is, I think that this team will be in the play-in.
I don't think that's far-fetched to say at all.
Yeah, I think this team,
because you got the Clippers looking like they finally figured it out.
Right. Yeah. Russ had a good one. Credit to him yesterday.
Excuse me. They have the Minnesota Timberwolves. As much as I don't like that team that much, they are scrappy at the end of the day.
They find ways, right?
They're tough out. Look, they almost beat Boston. I think they were down by 20 in that game at 1 point, too. They almost came back and stole it.
Yeah, you're right. That's a very gritty team. This is a team where I feel like this team kind of figured out who they are.
Right.
Towards this course of the season.
Credit to the coach, Chris Finch, for giving this team an identity. And if the playoffs play starts today, that's who they'll play.
I would pick Minnesota, man.
Yeah, because I think that's the one team. So like Lakers, like there's the one team you don't want to see, a team that will punch you in the mouth. That's exactly what. Yeah, last time they played, they locked them up so bad they're playing Hopper they couldn't even get a shot up.
Right. Yeah, this is a team. And credit to Ant-Man too, because Ant-Man's just been phenomenal, especially in the defensive end.
But he's stepping on the
defensive end. He's really been stepping up. This team, this is a team with a group of guys that are hungry, man. They just became hungry and they're not afraid of no one. So, and this is the type of teams you got to play with in the West. That's right next to, that's near you in the standings. So, like, I don't see the Timberwolves dropping their spot. I only see them going up.
The lowest I've seen them go is 9.
Right.
But that's just because that's just the nature of this
conference. Exactly.
More so like their style. Like
now, nightmare scenario is if you're a playing team, but you're in the bottom level of the play-in, where you lose that one game and it's game over.
That's the worst possible situation that you want to be in.
Right.
And
it's
all it takes is one game.
One game. All it takes is one game. And it's a possibility. And I'm like real close to saying that they're going to be in that spot. I think they'll be in the 7 or 8. That's the spots, right? 7 or 8.
7 to 8, you got 2 chances.
You got 2 chances.
9 to 10, if you lose the first game, you're screwed.
Right. So I'm going to say they're going to be a playing team, but I'm close to saying that they're going to be in the bottom half of the play-in. Because it's just really not looking good right now. And I feel like it's only going to get worse until these guys come back. And if they come back, the problem is that you get worse defensively. And then you got Jason Kidd with his frustrations with this team where it just feels like he don't even want to coach this team anymore.
This feels like let's say, what's the best way to describe it? Like a scenario of like it's kind of destined to fail in a sense.
Yeah, it kind of feels like damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Because there's some similarities of this move I'm gonna talk about here, but it's not the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when no one was traded for DeMarcus Cousins?
I remember that.
They still in the season like garbage.
That's because DeMarcus Cousins got hurt. Because they were really good.
No. That next year he got hurt.
He didn't get hurt in that same season that he got traded there?
No.
Really?
It was the next season he got hurt.
It was the next season. So what happened? So what happened that year? Did they even make the playoffs?
No.
Oh, okay.
They didn't make the playoffs that year. And then the year after was when it looked like they finally figured everything out. They started winning games, and then that game against Houston is when he got hurt.
And then he died, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember. Okay, so that was the next year. Okay. I see the similarities, but this situation is definitely worse. I would think.
No, it is because at least the Pelicans had one more year with DeMarcus Cousins to at least figure everything out.
Right.
They don't.
And
because I'm assuming Kyrie's gonna decline. No, I think it's playoffs last year, just accepted it. So no, this is playoffs right now.
Okay.
So
he's gonna.
You have to bank on Kyrie Irving to make a decision on your favor. I'd rather play the lottery. I'm so serious because you just don't know what he's gonna do.
This reminds me of another situation. What this reminds me of is when OKC got Paul George and they banked on him staying.
Mind you, he did.
And to their favor,
he stood for the year.
He stood for the year. But what I would say is, going into that offseason, it felt like they were screwed.
Right.
It kind of the atmosphere, the vibes that were felt in the NBA was that he was going to be a Laker. And it felt like OKC traded for him. They made the best move, and they lost. Right.
2 years out.
And then it felt like Paul George was gone, but then he signed, which actually surprised everyone.
Which they did because again, they managed to trade him after he went out, and you got SGA, Gallinari, and a buttload of picks. So
right.
I think OKC won out in that deal.
Yeah, they won out.
But I see what you're saying because it was almost a point of like they may have just bottomed out, and they might be trash for years to come.
Right. So I guess those are two situations I could show where maybe it could work out and maybe it won't work out. But to depend on Kyrie of all people to stay is insane, man. But it just goes to show how desperate Mark Cuban was. And it goes to show, and another reason I would say why this happened is because of the way the NBA is now, where players just have all the power, where Mark Cuban was scared of losing Luka. And he felt like he needed to do something.
I'm going to talk about that notion too because I just don't understand it about this whole player empowerment thing. I'm all for players deciding where to go and where not to go at the end of the day. At the end of the day, they should have some say of what happens to their careers. But I'm going to take it to a situation like Kevin Durant last season, right? So after they got swept by Boston, he demanded trade, right?
Yeah.
Why should I buy to your comments? Like if you don't, like if you did decide a 4-year extension with this team,
right? Yeah,
and I'm not gonna lie to you, he did not treat that front office right. And I think it was just I think it was a terrible marriage on both sides.
And you know what's funny? That Kevin Durant has a lot of love for that organization, though.
That's crazy.
Because when he was in his opening conference in Phoenix, he was almost brought to tears talking about that team, which is crazy.
Because I don't think he did right by them. I don't think they did right by him either.
Yeah.
I think it was just a messed up situation.
Right. Like, it didn't work out well, but
I'm pretty sure he still lost the fans. He lost the city.
Yeah, the love was still there because what Kevin Durant said was that that was the team that believed in him after he tore his Achilles and they took a chance on him. Yeah. And then when he started talking about that, he almost started crying. Which is interesting, but good point there. Yeah.
But in a GM's perspective, why do I have to trade just because you want to be traded?
You shouldn't. I mean, I'm sorry. He signed a contract, and he should honor that contract.
If it is 1 year left in his deal, fine. I wouldn't really talk too much about it. If you have like a year or two left in your deal, that's cool. The way that John Murray got traded, I understand. Because they literally told him like, "Hey, yo, we want you to be successful, right, and do your own thing. We're gonna be just bottom." I don't know that. Mm-hmm. So that's why he got traded to Atlanta, which I don't know if you want to, whatever.
I think I'm on your side on that. I think like if you sign a contract, man, know yourself and know what the situation could probably be in a couple of years. So if you feel like, you know what, I really like this group, but I probably shouldn't sign 4 years. Because maybe by the time it's like maybe at the end of year 2, it might be a situation I don't want anymore. They sign like a 2-year contract. But you know who does that?
Right, LeBron does.
LeBron does it. LeBron has never demanded a trade. LeBron has honored every single contract that he's ever signed, but he's also strategically signed them. Little 2-year deals, or if there's a team he really loves, he'll sign like a 4-year deal. I think, he signed like a 3-year extension this year?
Yeah, I think 2
It was 2-year extensions. See, he does the 2-year deals.
2-3 years out.
He strategically does this. Of all people, LeBron honors his contract.
I think with player options.
Of all people, LeBron honors his contracts. See, and I'm cool with that. But if those demanding trades thing, the KD thing or the Kyrie thing is, I wouldn't say I hate it, but I definitely like honoring the contract more.
And I could tell. Yeah. And I could tell what people are gonna say. Like, I'm gonna use DeMar DeRozan for example.
That's a very good example.
When he got traded from Toronto, I'm not saying it's right by them to just do their play. Especially if you trade them without even telling them. I don't approve that either.
Which still happens to this day.
Yeah. That's why, in terms of the players, I understand that sentiment of it. Mm-hmm. But I would say this though, at the end of the day, their job is to make their team better at any way they see fit.
I guess their concept to that will be like, my job is to put myself in the best possible situation. But you sign a contract.
I'm about to say, but you have the awareness to know what team is in what situation. I'm not saying you got to see it all the way to the future. You can't, because not everybody's going to know what's going to happen. I'm just saying, you should know the way the league is, especially if you're a veteran player. You've been there, so you usually know how things work out at this point. Mm-hmm. You should know at that point how long to sign a team for, what team might be best for your situation for you to succeed, and just don't go into a blind marriage thinking, it's all going to be cool. Well, it's not like what Kevin Durant did with Kyrie Irving to go to Brooklyn. Because first year, Kevin Durant couldn't play because, the finals year before. Cool, whatever, that makes sense. Then the whole second year was tumultuous as hell because it's like Kyrie Irving was just gone.
He was just gone.
Then he just went AWOL. Then it's on a soul what happened. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, he had a sister's birthday party with no mask during the whole COVID thing. Mm-hmm. Then you got later on when they played it was Lakers. When Dennis Schroeder called the N-word, he took 5 games off after
that. He really took a vacation because a player got him mad.
Because the player got mad.
Mm-hmm. That's horrible, bro.
And I'm not even trying. And I know it's gonna sound like I'm trying to slander Kyrie. I'm really not. Mm-hmm. I'm really not. But at the end of the day, that's just what you sign up for when you go to. I'm not gonna act like I know the man because I do not at the end of the day. But those are the things I see, and I'm gonna make my own interpretations of it.
Yeah.
And then I'm even done next season, right? Then he unfortunately got hurt. That James Harden got hurt. And he lost to Milwaukee instead.
That was like their most stable season.
That was the most stable season. Because the year after, James Harden was pretty much had one foot out the door from the start of the season.
Yeah, he did.
Kyrie Irving with the whole vaccination thing, which, in his defense, I thought the whole thing was stupid regardless.
I thought it was stupid too.
In his defense,
Mm-hmm.
but the league has its rules for a reason. Arbitrary or not, you still got follow. And this is your teammates at the end of the day. You can't just go into a game just play with these new group of guys and think, oh, we're gonna be fine.
Right.
Again, don't cheat the regular season.
No. Yeah, you can't cheat it, man. It's a marathon, man.
The Clippers learned that the hard way.
Yeah, it's definitely
in the first year.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get swept in the first round and whatnot, and Kyrie Irving gets traded. Not Kyrie, James Harden, my fault.
James Harden gets traded to 76ers.
To Philadelphia,
yeah.
Afterwards, we got the whole entire situation with I want to get traded, right? And no team wants to trade for him because it's him.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone wanted to get traded. Brooklyn was asking for too much for him.
Oh my God, they were asking for everything you could think of.
And then next you know, they just go about the season. They let it rock. They playing. They doing their thing. Then literally out of nowhere, Kyrie just woke up one day and said, "I'm gonna get traded."
That one was the most weirdest one.
I woke up to that happening.
Yeah, that was the weird. That was the one where I saw it and I went, "Huh?" That was weird. The team. I believe this was a team that they were coming off like a 16-game winning streak.
Around there, yeah, they just lost
something
recently.
That team, as they were really good. They were really good. That was probably the best version of this Brooklyn Nets team. Was that team right there, right? And then out of nowhere, he just demanded. It's so Kyrie, but it was still just so. It was just so sudden based on how the way the season was going.
Yeah, it was just weird.
It was just weird. They were like a top 3 seed, right? Mm-hmm. Something like that. I mean, if there was ever hopes of a title, I think this was the most respectable year for that team. And he just demanded a trade.
He just demanded a trade. No way. And I was scared Brooklyn. At least it's better for that to happen because, again, you were able to get somewhat of a deal for him because he was another one that felt like he had one foot off the door already.
And the problem was that they traded for him and
thinking Kevin Durant is going to stay.
Yeah.
That was something Kevin Durant saw this after he said, hey, I'm out too.
Right.
And they got players like Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, and all that. Right. They doing their thing. Shout out to them.
Yeah, that team is a good. That's like a kind of better version of the title loss and Nuggets.
They doing their thing. Shout out to them. Proud of them. But at the end of the day, it's like, again, that's why I feel like the player empowerment thing gets abused in a sense.
I'm pretty sure. I wouldn't be surprised if there's they have a new rule in the next upcoming season. Like, you know, the NBA Players Association has a meeting with the NBA and they come into a new agreement because it has gotten a bit out of hand.
Look at the way,
look
at the way James Harden left both destinations. Actually, more so, I would say more so the Houston one because that was wild.
The Houston one was insane.
The Houston one was wild.
Pretty much him and AD, they kind of did the same thing.
AD did the same thing. Yeah. And said he stopped giving a fuck literally the last end of the season. And then there was one more too.
One more player.
Simmons.
Ben Simmons, yes. Ben Simmons.
The whole entire Ben Simmons saga after Trae Young's magnificent defense happened, it pretty much was a wrap for him at that point.
Yeah, pretty much. At least what I'll say is I think AD's and Harden's are worse because up until this point, I think it's fair to say that there's truly something wrong with Ben Simmons. I don't even think he wants to be an NBA player anymore.
Probably not.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised like if he like retires next season.
He's not gonna do that,
huh? And he still got a contract right with millions of dollars.
You can't pay that money. You can't pay like $40 million. I'm not retiring for that.
I wouldn't retire either. But if he does retire, that means there was truly something wrong with him. Where these guys, AD and Harden, literally as disrespectful as it can be to the organization.
They were. AD literally wore a shirt.
That's all, folks.
That's all, folks. The Looney Tunes.
And it's crazy. When they massacred New Orleans recently, it felt like when LeBron was in Cleveland.
They beat the hell out of New Orleans.
They beat the hell out of him. And you know what's funny about that game? Every time he touched the ball and they booed him like that, he scored. Because he had like 37 and 15.
No,
he destroyed them. I think that's probably will be one of the more underrated homecomings.
That was 3 years later, though.
It was 3 years later.
But it's so much longer, though.
Did he ever play in that court again?
Yes.
Before? Oh, listen, it's AD, bro.
Yes.
It's street clothes. You know what I'm saying? So,
but my thing is like, because I'm not gonna forget this too when the Nuggets played the Blazers in the playoffs, right?
mm-hmm.
Melo was playing in Denver, right? They're booing the hell out of him. I'm like,
that makes absolutely no sense.
this happened 10 years ago. Gotta get over it.
I think Toronto still hates Vince Carter.
No, that changed.
Oh, it did. Okay.
Like 7, 8 years ago, that changed. Like 2015.
All right, so they got.
They did a whole like tribute for him.
Got it.
And they had a standing ovation for him.
You know, Kevin Durant still hasn't returned to Golden State, right? He hasn't.
Yes, he did.
Steve Kerr said it the other day.
Yes, he did.
When?
2 years ago.
As a player, not in.
No, as a player.
When?
Right?
He hasn't returned to Golden State. That's what I'm saying. Like, did AD return? Because he hasn't returned.
I'm pretty sure in the 2020 and 2021 season, he played against them.
In Golden State.
At Golden State, yes.
I don't think so, bro. I think Steve Kerr said something about the other day. He said we had a whole tribute about him and we haven't done it yet.
That's crazy.
He has
no, I'm looking
not
at it right now. I think it's only one step.
I don't think so, bro.
I know last year he didn't play them. I know he played Golden State at Brooklyn and Golden State beat the hell out of them. Play.
I remember that game. That was a TNT game, I think.
Yeah.
I remember that game. Yeah, I don't think he returned to Golden State yet. I don't think so.
Right now got
that's what made me wonder. Like, did AD return there?
He did,
but he did before. Okay, but every time
I remember Rookie Zion being there.
Okay, every time AD touched the ball, they booed him every single time.
He was healthy that time.
Yeah.
Did Harden ever get OD booed in Houston?
Did he return there?
I think he did.
I'm not sure. I don't want to say yes or no because I don't think I've ever paid attention to be very honest with you.
Rockets game after that?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever paid attention. So
because
I don't know.
Because this one that should be booing, it should be them. Because that was wild.
Yeah, so like AD and Harden, I mean, the utter disrespect that they did to those organizations, especially Harden, where they literally did everything he asked for.
It said, I want out.
And they said, I want out. At least
in AD's defense, right? They were like, he wanted to get traded, right, in the last season too.
Right.
And they kept toying with him.
Exactly.
Remember they kept leaking out the cheerleaders and got the GM fired?
He's like, you want to be giving me Etwan more. You want to be giving me Najee Marshall.
Right. Shout out to Najee Marshall, though.
Shout out. But you know what I'm saying? That the only guy I got, he tears his Achilles. So all I ever Marcus Cousins. So the only guy he ever.
It was literally just him, Drew Holiday, and friends. Right, Drew Holiday gets traded. Literally, the year he got traded, he won a title. He won a title.
But it was still disrespectful when AD's and to have a shirt and say that's all, folks.
That's all, folks.
I feel like he wasn't injured too. I feel like he just didn't play those games.
No,
right?
Don't just bench them.
Yeah, he just didn't. Oh, they did, right? They benched him, so it's crazy.
And that's when players like complain about that, and I kind of understand.
It's crazy how I
kind of understand. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's crazy how LeBron is kind of the poster boy for player empowerment. But he's the one that least abuses it.
He did pay I go to see that year. Okay, I know what's bucket. Yeah.
So then why did Steve Kerr say that?
I don't know.
And he did not have a DMP?
You see, Brooklyn Nets at Golden State Warriors.
Did he have a DMP?
He played 33 minutes.
He did. And I'm sure that game was nationally televised too.
It's good.
So why did he forget?
Probably.
Steve Kerr's hilarious.
Come on,
anyway, yeah, the player.
I don't know what's about.
The player that is the poster boy for player empowerment is the one who least abuses it.
And I think that's why he thinks what you call it that Mark Cuban is gonna lose Luka in that sense.
Hence
I'm gonna say this though. Yeah, if you are in a situation where you got your Luka, he's gonna get everything. You're getting everything that you want for him. I'll tell you that much.
He could ask for what Brooklyn asked for Kevin Durant, and teams will do it.
Like you could get a haul for Luka Doncic. I'm not saying you treat Luka Doncic because Luka Doncic is the top 5 player in this league,
without question.
I'm just saying if it ever gets to that point, he'll be like 26 years old.
Yeah, he'll have a ransom.
He not prime of his life.
He'll have a ransom. Yeah, I haven't even hit his prime yet, to be honest.
He hasn't.
Yeah.
And you can get. So let's just say Boston calls you.
Oh my lord!
You can get Jaylen Brown.
They probably would do that too.
You can get Marcus Smart.
I just getting Jaylen Brown.
You can get Robert Williams.
Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, Robert. I feel like they could get better offer.
Really good.
Yeah.
Like let's say almost like Denver, but Denver's too risky.
Too risky.
Because I would say play like Jamal Murray, Monk Jr. and all them. They can play. So get me wrong.
Right. They could probably pick up the phone with OKC or Houston, something like that.
Nah, I was thinking more so contending teams because
contenders.
because like that's what's going to be wanting to get him more.
That's true.
Or so like
true.
OKC because what OKC will go get him. I'm pretty sure SGA ain't gonna be in the deal. Then what's the point?
That's true. That's just fair enough. Fair enough.
That'll make Josh Giddey completely obsolete. If what's it called?
If Luka was just take him.
I'll trade Josh Giddey.
He would be a guy in the trade. Again, Luka.
Right, he would be
a
obsolete
guy.
in the team. Though, if I'm saying they play together because it just wouldn't make any sense at that point.
But yeah, it's I wouldn't be surprised in the upcoming season, next season. There's like a new rule, something like that. Maybe like maybe like you at least gotta be at like last year or something like that. Because that sounds fair. Like if you're in 1 year, if you're in 1 year left, that sounds fair.
You gotta do something. Again, it also could ease the pain of the anxiety of teams losing their star players. Like that's had for Luka, hence why they trade for Kyrie.
Yeah,
stuff like that will damage franchise set teams back. Years.
That was a nervous trade. That was definitely a nervous trade. He's like, I gotta get him something, and that's what he got. But could you imagine this team misses the playoffs, man? Or even so, because even it's still worse. It's still as bad if they like make the play-in and lose, or they even lose in the first round.
Right, but playoffs you play Phoenix clips you 5-4.
Exactly. It's like wow, did all this and you lost in the first. Like you said, it feels like a damned if you do.
Especially if it's like Sacramento, see that had continuity. I know head coach. Oh, we play the Kings. Kings beat the hell out of you.
Right.
Like
even though I feel like the Kings, I feel like their fate is they're gonna lose to somebody they're not supposed to lose to in the playoffs.
Probably.
I feel like that's what their fate.
But I'm saying I'm using them as an example.
As an example, yeah.
This is literally the first year in the playoffs since 2006. I used to feel like ain't gonna graduate high school without problem.
Like that beam, bro.
Like that beam, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But
so yeah, Mark Cuban. He forced his hand. The way this league is, it forced his hand. It forced his hand because he's afraid. He's afraid of losing his guy. He's afraid of, especially when it's new. It's new. They just got Luka. You know what I'm saying? It's fairly new with him coming into who he is now.
Right.
So for them to just to see it kind of like go away, the thought of it probably is like, you know what, I got to do something. And he went for Kyrie, but it don't look too good, man. It does not look good, man. They lose tomorrow. It's just they're in a world of trouble.
I would not go necessarily say that if they lose tomorrow, they're in a world of trouble. If they go these next 5 games and struggle and lose, now they have a problem. Because if you lose to a team like Memphis without John Moran, which you've been doing that to regardless, lose to Charlotte, lose to Golden State at your own house,
right?
Then there's an issue.
Yeah, if you
let the Golden State Warriors get a road
if you let the Golden State Warriors get a road win against you, you have a problem.
I'm gonna laugh the opposite.
You have a problem. You see, we won in their crib, right?
Yeah,
with Steph.
Tell me, when at Golden State, right? Yeah, no, he wasn't there.
It was okay.
LeBron wasn't there either.
There was one we went with Steph recently.
Yeah, did I LA?
Oh, was it LA? Okay, got it.
Good game too.
Yeah, it was a goodie. It was a goodie. Yeah. So the next, we'll be paying attention real closely to this next course of 5 games that they have because it's not looking good, bro.
No,
it is not looking good at all.
No, it is not.
So they're currently what?
They're 35-35. Got a win against San Antonio recently, like we said earlier. They're the 8th seed. They'll be playing at Minnesota at the playoffs start today. Oh no, that's not today.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just say they beat Minnesota, they play the Kings in the first round, or if they lose and they win, they play the Nuggets in the first round. We've been looking garbage too, as late, but they'll be all right.
They're not losing no Dallas.
No, I'm saying just general. Like,
yeah.
I think I'm gonna talk about them real quick because I have a theory of why things are happening.
Coasting.
I don't care.
Yeah.
They had the first year on lock. Why should they care?
They got the first seed on absolutely. Imagine being on a 4-game losing streak and that first seed is still not in jeopardy.
You're literally a 4-game losing streak and you're still like 5 games ahead of the second seed.
Insane.
Just there's nothing to worry about. That's
it's the thing is that I've been watching those games though, and they're trying to win them though.
Like I know defensively they've looked bad recently, but I don't think it's a cause for concern yet. If anything,
not yet. Who they playing? They playing Houston next?
They're playing Detroit right now.
They're playing Detroit right now. Yeah, I said if they lose to Detroit, then I don't know.
Small issue.
Small issue.
Yeah. I think they'll be fine though.
I think they'll be fine too because when I watch that team, I mean, it's a great team.
It's a good team when they're healthy.
It's a great team when they're healthy.
And even though that last caveat is very rare, even this year they've been healthy.
Fairly healthy.
Finally.
Fairly healthy, yeah.
Few hours playoff time. But But there was a thing I want to. Oh yeah, the MVP race. I want to talk about that real quick.
Okay.
Because, and this is out the notion of why do people gotta tear others down just to make their point?
Yeah, I kind of hate that too.
Because recently, a lot of Joel Embiid fans been coming out the woodworks talking about, oh, he should win MVP. That this, that, and third. Because that's the only thing Joel Embiid will ever win because he's in that filthy organization.
Sadly.
But it's one of those situations that's like, one, so they're like talking about Nikola Jokic's defense, right? How they've been attacking on defense, right?
He's been good defense though.
Because recently,
recently
has been shaky, kind of shaky. But his thing though, when was he ever considered a good defender?
Never.
At best, we would say he's net neutral, maybe slightly positive, if anything.
But
he's always been at best okay defender.
I've recently seen them play.
I just know that Spurs game was bad.
Not the Spurs. The Spurs game was that was
horrible.
Yeah, I don't know what that was, but I think the game after
was
Toronto, he was playing good defense in that game.
They just made shots.
They just made shots. But I'm pretty sure you could go check. I'm thinking he had like 2 blocks in that game.
I remember why they brought that game. I remember. I think Van Vliet went crazy that game.
Yeah, he was playing good defense. I don't know how he be doing it.
Shaq didn't play well that game, remember that?
I don't know how he be doing it, but sometimes he be getting blocks or he be getting like good defensive stops.
He did?
Yeah, he just uses his body to the best capabilities. That's what he does. But yeah, he's never been a good defender. So to bring that up, I guess what are they bringing up as in like the Joel Embiid plays elite in that end?
Yeah, by the way, he kind of does it. By the way,
right?
He's really good, but he's not.
He's really good, but I mean, compared to Jokic.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
It's elite.
It's not a day, but yeah.
So I guess that's probably why they bring it. But again, like you said, Jokic has always he's always been known as a probably average or below average defender. So
what changed?
I wouldn't use that as an argument.
Right.
I would use of how the season's been going as an argument, how he's been playing recently as an argument, but to use that as the focal point,
if you want to say that's wrong. If you want to say that's what made it closer, fine.
Right.
I would entertain that because at the end of the day, Joel Embiid has been going crazy. Hence why
he's been insane.
Hasn't been doing anything to win games, so they go to the second round.
They're in the current 6-game winning streak right now.
Okay. I was a good win against Cleveland last night for sure. But at the end of the day, it's like the NBA has been somewhat consistent about this, about how you win MVPs, because usually it's like best player, best team. Usually,
sometimes because I think Jokic won it as a 6 seed last year.
Last year, yes. Yeah. But here's my counter to that though. Philly was like only 2 games ahead of them by the time season end, but they were 4 seed, they were 6 seed because that's how the conferences were.
And it was between those two. Yeah.
And Giannis, the new LeBron, which he got his MVPs, and they're not gonna give it to him no more.
He got disqualified for a minute. Shadow disqualified.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Unless he does something ridiculous.
Exactly.
He's literally the new LeBron in that instance.
Right. And I think this year he missed too many games, so he kind of got himself out, right?
I have no idea.
I think he's missed a couple.
He has missed a decent amount of games,
and it doesn't help that they were almost winning like 20 games in a row when he was not there.
And I think I started in which he came back and in the middle of it,
yeah,
they continued.
So I think it goes back to where it was last year, where it's between these two again.
I still feel like Tatum should be in the conversation, but whatever.
I agree with you. I think he deserves to be in the conversation. You're right.
I'm not saying
absolutely right.
I'm not saying he should win it,
but he should be in the conversation.
But Tatum should be in the conversation.
You're absolutely right.
It's one of those situations that's like, why not?
You're absolutely right. I agree with you. 100% on that. And look at the season that they're having.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, you're right on that because he's not in the conversation, but he should be. So I agree with you.
I feel like it was the beginning of the season. Then people just stopped talking about
it. Yeah. It just kind of
like weird.
It kind of it kind of like it just faded away for no reason because if not, he just kept getting better, or he kept the same level. So for it to just vanish was weird. It kind of went to like a Jokic unanimous kind of thing, and then it elevated to a 2-guy race again. Right. But then he just somehow got disqualified.
Right. He just got pushed to the side for
which I don't know why. That's a very good point that you made. I don't know why he's not even in discussion.
But it's one of the situations is like, do I still think Jokic is MVP? Yes.
I think it went to I think it went to where I was last year, where it's like anyone can win it.
I feel you.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm at.
I think Jokic still clears.
Huh?
Well, I don't want to use the word clears because that makes it seem like I think it's not even close.
Nah, it's definitely. I think
it's closer.
Yeah.
But I'm still comfortable with him with just saying him. If that makes sense.
I definitely think it's close because I think. I see what you mean.
Jokic at 6.
I think it's because Joel Embiid is just better. Better than he was last year. Jokic is better than he was last year as well. It's just that I think Joel Embiid is shooting better from 3. I think he's shooting up I think he's shooting like 55%. He's about to win the scoring title.
Crazy because from when he started the season, he looked like garbage too.
That's true.
Joel Embiid, he did. True.
I think he's like on 33 points a game on 55%, and then he's like 38% 3-point shooting or something like that.
I don't want to disrespect him and say that he's their offense, but you know what I'm saying.
He kind of is, but I know what you mean. But Harden is doing his thing in terms of like facilitating and stuff like that. I
don't want to disrespect Maxey and Harden, but
but he's like the driving force. Like yesterday's game is kind of like most of their games where Joel Embiid is just literally just dominating. How close was I to that?
Say what his splits again?
I was saying it's 33
from 3
from points per game, right? 33
and a half.
33. I think his field goal percentage is like 55, 54, and I think his 3-point percentage is 38, 35.5.
So that actually dropped. Okay. The field percentage was up by like 5% though.
Up by like 5%.
So at least he's been more efficient with the ball.
And with the ball,
yeah, and as much turnovers. 0.4 more, but
right.
He has a lot, so there's not coming room for that.
Right. But Jokic's numbers it's insane too. So I just think it elevated to a pick 'em. I think that's where I'm at so far right now up until this day because they still got a couple games. He does have the game against him where he completely demolished Jokic too. Like he destroyed him.
Remember that.
He has that game too. So
that was to me, that was their best win of the season.
It was
that to me.
Yeah, that was their best win of the season. He has that. He also has it's the recent too. Like I think he had a game where he had a game winner, and then Jokic had one and he missed it. It's literally the same exact situation. And Joel Embiid won it and he lost it. So, I don't know. I guess I feel like this is what I think is going to happen if this continues. Let's say it stays this way, right? Mm-hmm. Both players are playing this way. I think they're going to give it to him just to not give him the third.
But that's what kind of feeling is going to happen.
Now, I won't be mad because the way he's playing, and he does technically deserve it.
No, right. I don't want to say he's older than MVP. I don't want to say that because that makes it seem like I'm discrediting
Jokic. Exactly.
But he's played at an MVP level for the past few years.
So what I was saying is if he were, I know they're going to do that. But what I would say is that if he gets it, he did earn it, is what I would say. That is what I would say. It's not like that Harden thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's not like that. It's not like the Harden thing where it felt like a sympathy MVP. You know what I'm saying?
I will see this to my grade as I go to what's
right. Like this Joel one is like he really clawed his way to this.
No, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yes and no to that because the way he plays, especially the show he's been on, he does deserve it.
He does deserve.
But I could tell he's going I
could tell the reason why he's going to win it is so he won't get his third.
I feel like it's more towards that than more so he's actually doing his thing. You feel me?
Right. I can tell that's why they're going to do it. But what I'm saying, like
which is lazy.
What I'm saying is the way I will look at it is I will say, but he did do this. What I'm gonna say.
He did kill, but I know how they operate, and I've heard a lot of people saying this. It almost seems like he's going to win it.
Yeah, the community has evolved into they're kind of forcing him to get it now. Because you look everywhere, everyone's. I know exactly what you're saying.
Because
everyone's on it now.
I don't know if I said this on camera, but I'm gonna say it now. Mm-hmm. There's no player fan base I've seen get about that scene push hard for a player to win MVP than NBA fans. The closest second is Harden fans before he got his. Because especially when Harden. Oh my God, Harden fans coming. Well, talking about how he was never loved, which by me he wasn't. But anyway, do you know that?
That's not true. No, I didn't mean you.
I know. Other people. I know.
To say that he was never loved. I've met plenty of people that
me too.
Really fond of him. So,
but for Embiid's situation is gonna be that because again, it's why I say because they want him to win MVP so badly. But let's be real, is he ever going to win a title? No.
They're going to win a title, but that doesn't have nothing to do with.
I know that has to do with it, but that's the only thing they have to look forward to for him.
That's true, unfortunately.
Again, and I don't. This might sound like I'm bashing him. I'm really not trying to. Because I actually really do like Joel Embiid. I really do.
I know you do.
But it's like, Okay, I think the main thing is I just want to get out of there. I think
you just don't like the organization.
No, I hate all
It's a player that you like and an organization that you hate. That's the problem.
I'm not gonna lie. It's probably because I had trust issues. That's why, I had trust issues. That's why. Because I was a fan of them for 1 year, well, 2 years. The first time they were together.
The year they had Darius Hark?
Huh?
The year they had Darius Hark and Marco Bellinelli?
Yeah. Okay. The other year was the year they lost second round to Atlanta. Because I really thought that team was actually gonna do something that year.
I did too. I think I picked them to beat Atlanta as well. I thought it
was gonna clear them. I'm like,
I thought too.
They should cook Atlanta.
I hear you.
And
no, I understand. It's a terrible run organization.
I probably had trust issues.
So terrible. And hence why you feel the way that you feel about them right now, because they're killing right now, but because of the past, you're like, who cares?
Who cares, right?
Yeah.
You know who's your coach? Doc Rivers.
Exactly. So I understand what you're saying.
I don't want Philly fans to have anything. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh, and that too. That's what I'm saying. It's a player that you like, but his environment you hate. That's what I'm saying. So in terms of the organization, in terms of the fans, you know what I'm saying? So I get it. I completely get it 100%.
And what sucks to me is I don't think he's ever leaving there.
I don't think so either, because I think he's a Dame type of guy.
I think so too.
That is all the vibes that he gives me. I think he's a Dame. I think he wants to win there, which it's career suicide, but
I'll tell you the greatest episode ever is going to be if the Cavs in the Eastern Conference Finals and they don't. That's going to be the greatest episode ever.
If the Cavs make it and they don't, oh my goodness gracious. My goodness gracious. Could you imagine like if the Knicks did it?
I think that happens. You're not speaking the episode. I'm going to destroy them.
And they cleared through them to do it.
Anyways, but yeah, that's more so my thing. I have a feeling he's going to win it, but not because of his play.
What I would say is
because people don't want him to win his.
That's how
people work.
That's how they gonna do it. But
even though he's having an incredible season, shout out to him.
That's what I said. His it's a freak of nature season. Like it truly is. It's a freak. The dude is almost averaging 35. That's incredible. So that's like I'm gonna appreciate his body of work. Again, Yogi's good for the third time. Dude, he is phenomenal. Like, it's fine.
Right.
And I'm a Joel Embiid fan. He knows that I love Joel Embiid.
Yes,
he's one of my favorite players.
When we first played, that's my guy.
That's my guy. I loved him from the beginning. But, if Jokic were to get it, he deserves it. They both deserve it. They're both two freak of natures, bro. It is what it is. It is what it is. I think it is what it is.
Listen, if you're telling me right now that they're the two best players in the NBA, I would say you're wrong.
Mm-hmm. But it's not.
I wouldn't call you stupid for it.
Yeah, it's not like a far-fetched thing.
Right, exactly.
It's not a far-fetched.
It's like Jokic 1 and B2 or vice versa. I'm like, okay.
I would say
I would agree, but it's like okay.
I would say those two guys are without question, and I think it's fair to say they are top 5 players in the league.
Top 5 at bare minimum, top 7.
Yeah, top 5
minimum.
Yeah, top 5 at bare minimum, top 7 players in the league. They are fantastic, but again, this goes back to the media should not be. Have someone that works in the NBA do it. I think just the coaches should do it. I just think the coaches, because they coach against these guys.
Because you would know more.
Yeah, they coach against these guys. They the ones that got to go in the room and be like, we got to deal with Jokic today. We got to deal with Joel Embiid today.
Exactly.
Like, how am I going to do this? You know what I'm saying? So they know. They got to make a game plan against these guys. So I would think that the best possible choice is for those guys to vote who's the most valuable player, I think. That's what I think. Or if you want to put it in a way where you can't vote for your own player, that's fine too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the media to do it is insane because they're too narrative driven. Coaches are hoops. Coaches are straight hoops. That's all it is. Them dudes are hoops. These guys are narrative driven. They really, that's how it is. And that's look what happened with Russ.
I'll say this. Harden would have MVP that case. It just wouldn't be the year he won it.
Yeah, it just would. Yeah.
I think it would be the year Russell Westbrook won it.
Right. Yeah, because what he did was phenomenal. But what were they, like 7th?
They were 6th.
They were 6th. But now, based on that, wouldn't that mean that Jokic should win it automatically? And this is what I'm talking about, because he's gonna finish the year ending averaging triple-double, right? I'm pretty sure he's averaging triple-double right now.
He's averaging triple-double, or he's close.
Oh, he's close. So he's more. What's gonna happen is he's probably more than likely gonna finish the season with a triple-double. And I think he's extremely. I think he's shooting like almost 60%. on like with 24 points a game. So
he's shooting
63. You see, and he's
averaging
a triple double.
He got 10 assists on the dot.
See, it's a triple double. So based on that, wouldn't that mean that he would automatically win? Because that's how it was with Russ. I think he like automatically won it.
I gotta see how the votes work.
Right. So like, and this is my problem.
Because I know that it was really the main two was him and Harden.
Right. And this is my problem. This is why the media
and Kawhi Leonard was clearly third.
Right.
Because Steph and Kevin Durant was disqualified because they just teamed together.
Okay.
LeBron was disqualified because he's LeBron.
Yeah.
So that kind of just left those three.
Right. And this is why
now he kind of cleared them.
Huh?
With first place votes, he kind of cleared them. It was 69 first place votes, 22 when Westbrook won.
See, so he I knew it because he averaged a triple double. He did the Oscar Robertson thing. He automatically I remember the whole season like it was yesterday. That the whole season was everyone just adoring Russell Westbrook.
Me too.
I'm not complaining. I had a great time watching that team.
Me too. I remember the season.
Yeah, I liked it too. I liked what Russell was doing too, and I appreciated it. But what I'm saying is that he automatically won MVP because he averaged triple double. Like it was automatic. I knew for certain that he was going to win MVP. And look at the votes. Look at the votes that he just said. So this is my problem with the media. The media shouldn't vote for MVP. Have the coaches do it. That's where I stand on that.
Yeah, because people are hard to clear LeBron too. Actually,
on 2018,
yeah,
it's because of the losses and stuff like that. That's why.
No,
and the sympathy.
Because my biggest thing is like, what I just did. That's tough.
You just talk about Harden clearing LeBron on 2018.
That had nothing to do with.
Or you talking about I just said the media shouldn't do it.
Oh yeah, thank you. Okay. Because there's so many times that I've seen that a player should have won unanimous MVP, didn't. LeBron 2013 is a perfect example of that.
Like that one, I was so upset that I felt like it was a fireable offense. Like how bad it was.
That's why, like Steph Curry should not have been the first unanimous MVP.
Should have been the second.
Yeah, she had. I'll say third actually.
Oh, because of Shaq.
Yeah, because Shaq.
Okay. Yeah, so he should have been the third. Right.
I'm about to say unanimous MVP. Of course. Look, I'm about to say you see Steph in 2016. Like you see 2016 Steph.
Mm-hmm.
He was Chico.
Exactly. Yeah. So and LeBron was Chico in 2013. I mean, how you win 27 games in a row and you're not unanimous, bro?
They were so bored during that stretch that they were doing the Harlem Shake. They were responding teams points to see the comeback and they do it.
That's true. Cleveland, Orlando. Yeah.
Like I remember that like it was yesterday too.
That team, yeah, it was literally just too easy.
And it's not like it is not like they beaten like they had an easy stretch.
They beat OKC. They beat San Antonio. They the Chicago's they beat OKC. They beat OKC.
They beat OKC though. Yeah.
They beat OKC. Did they beat the Lakers?
I think so.
They beat the Lakers. They beat like Dallas.
They beat Dallas.
They beat New York.
They beat New York. I remember that New York game at New York.
I think J.R. Smith, Carmelo killed them in that game.
Yeah, Boston.
Boston
did that Jeff Green game.
Right. But it was a balanced league then, so there was a lot of good teams.
I watched the Jeff Green game. You dropped 43.
Oh my goodness. And that was in the road. That was in Boston. I remember I was so sick that day, but I didn't want to miss it. And so they ended it with losing to Chicago. They were down like almost 30 against Cleveland. They were down like 16 in the fourth quarter against Orlando. So they fought I'm not going to fight, but they beat good teams. And then when they faced adversity, they came back and beat them. And I think LeBron had a stretch. He still has his record to this day. I think he won like 10 games in a row with like 25 on 60% shooting or something like that. Like there was some kind of crazy, insane record that he broke.
That's not MVP. You know MVP, brother?
And dude wanted to vote for Carmelo.
Which he had a great year, by the way.
He did.
No respect, but he wasn't LeBron. He wasn't better than Durant.
Exactly. That's like.
But he wasn't even better than Durant.
Like, who played insane in 2016?
LeBron.
That's because he plays good every year. But it's because I'll tell you. We're spoiled with that man. But we're truly spoiled with that man.
No, let me see who's second in MP.
There's somebody try to put somebody because I hate just trying to bring up LeBron every time. I don't want to sound so biased.
But
I know it's because it's him.
I know. There you go.
See, so you know what I'm saying? So that's like if someone's like, I'm a vote.
That's crazy. Okay.
Second with Kawhi that year?
Yeah. It was
interesting. I'm not going to lie. I do not remember his season.
There was 6-7 games that year.
Oh, that was the Zaza year? No, that wasn't. That was the year after.
That was the year after. Remember the year that...
Remember
the year that...
Was that Take That for Data year? Was that the year that he destroyed Memphis? That was the year after. I don't remember them that year. I just
They also OKC in the second round. Durant cooked Kawhi in the second round.
But
they were 40-1 at home that year.
Oh my goodness!
Lost to Golden State at the end of the season at San Antonio. that was Duncan's last year.
Right. I know I remember the OKC series and stuff like that. I just don't.
And they saw Memphis in the first round. Because Memphis had 40 different players play that season because everyone was injured.
Oh, that was Dave Yeager.
Yeah, that's last year.
He was almost crying.
Yeah, they got fired.
Okay. But
my boy.
I still specifically don't remember Kawhi that year.
He averaged 21. He won the player of the year.
That's why, because he was both ends. It was two-way.
Which I feel like should have won that year. Should have what's his face? Draymond Green, but whatever.
Okay.
He averaged 21, 7, 2 steals, a block, 50%, 44 from 3, 87% from the free throw line.
I forgot that he was a player that they kind of like just give it to Kawhi. With that award,
you're right.
Just give it to him.
Yeah. I know, but still, yeah.
So that's like if that year, that's like if some dude just like, yo, you know what? I want to vote for Kawhi instead of Steph. It's like, what are you doing? It's like, what are you doing, man? But this is what the coaches should vote.
Yo, why can't we almost won the award unanimously too?
In 2014,
he was actually almost won it unanimously.
You know what I want to know? Can you check the 2011 one? That's one. That's always one that I feel like they gave it to him because it's the team he had, and it's because LeBron was insane that year too.
He almost won it unanimously.
I knew it, bro. It's narrative driven, bro.
Was Dwight.
See, it's underrated, dude.
Because Dwight was wild.
He was, yeah.
Third person LeBron.
It's narrative driven, bro. It's narrative driven. Yo, if you go to Twitter and you talk about that year, there's mad people that think LeBron or Dwight should have won it.
Dwight's the interesting one. No, I understand why, though.
There's a lot of people that think
Kobe averaged 20, 14, and 2.5 blocks a game. Well, I understand.
That is incredible. But like like you just said, dude was almost unanimous.
Right.
So again, it's narrative driven. I think the coaches should vote for it.
No.
Someone involved in NBA. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like something like NBA.
Like the most one I think was 05-06 was Nash won the second time.
Got it.
Because he obviously got the most first place votes. But you also had LeBron who had 16 first place votes that year. He was second MVP that year.
Okay.
Dirk with 14 first place votes.
Oh, 6. That's the year LeBron won the scoring title, right?
That was 08.
Oh, that was 08. Okay.
Kobe won the scoring title that year. He averaged 35 a year.
That's gracious.
Kobe was fourth in MVP.
Okay. With
22 first place votes. And Chauncey was fifth with 15 first place votes.
Ooh, that's good. Okay.
So different players actually. So there's actually the most split one than just Nash had 55. But
right. Okay.
Brad actually got a first place votes. I'll tell him.
Alton Brand? I feel like there was a year. I think Al Jefferson had votes too. I think there was a year Al Jefferson had votes too. I know for a fact, there was a year that Joakim Noah had them.
I can believe that.
Yeah, I think there was a year Joakim Noah had first place votes.
I can actually believe that because he was that.
There was that one year that he was incredible.
Parker had 4 first place votes once.
Who?
Tony Parker.
Tony Parker? Okay. That was a great player too. Jesus.
Let's see. Okay, not get a first place vote here. I thought he did.
Who? When?
The Durant one. Because was here.
Okay.
So no, he didn't get one.
It might have. Okay.
Yeah, he didn't get one.
He didn't get one. Okay.
That is not wrong, though.
Yeah, I could. Because there was that one year. I think that was the year that they beat the Nets.
That was the year before.
The year before. Okay.
That was the year before. Also, I thought he would have gotten it because I thought his best year was when whatever year it was that they got clipped by Washington. I think it was the year Durant won.
In the playoff?
Yeah.
I do not remember them two playing in the series.
I think Washington beat them 5. I think
Washington and Chicago?
Yeah, I think Washington.
Wow. I remember that series. Marcin Gortat destroyed them.
That's funny.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's hilarious.
I remember that. Because you know what's crazy? I'm going to tell you why I remember this.
Of all people?
I think I remember.
Of all people watching Gortat?
I'm going to tell you why. I remember, I think I started watching that series with your brother, right?
Right.
And he was like, yo, they got a problem. Because fucking Joakim Noah. I said, nah. John Wall got Gortat looking like an all-star. Watch. And then Gortat destroyed them, bro.
John Wall, people talk about LeBron. John Wall's another dude.
Yeah.
He got set his paid, bro.
He had Gortat.
He got set his paid.
he got set his paid. He had Gortat looking like a top center in the league. Gortat used to do damage in Washington, bro.
The Polish hammer.
And I swear it's because like I'm a Wizards fan and like people like me and you watch every team. Because he would really be killing in Washington, bro.
Polish hammer.
I'm pretty sure he got to be one of like the Washington Wizards like all-time greats. Like he got to be, bro. He got to be because he will be getting buckets, bro. And they did a little pick and roll thing where he dunk over everybody. Like, you keep doing it. The Polish hammer, like you said. The Polish hammer.
Oh, what's that? I miss that Wizards team sometimes.
That's what was fun to
I
watch.
miss those Wizards teams.
Tell you that era, bro.
But to summarize,
yeah, the
coaches should be the ones to fill for these MVPs.
Mm-hmm.
We gave you examples. We gave you past examples as to why like one media member could just vote strictly off their personal feelings.
Yeah,
and that is this point too. It happens in the NFL too.
It does. Yeah.
So it just doesn't make any sense. People don't take this award seriously. Like
they don't. They don't.
Where again, either coaches or hell, even you could put if you want Adam Silver to vote for it. That's what
I'm saying. Even if you want to have like executives do it, someone that works for the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like someone that works there, not the media.
I'm
come on.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
And I want to ask you, did they make a playoff MVP this year?
They made a conference finals MVP.
But I think they made a playoff MVP, I think. Or they're in talks of making one.
I think that I think that might be in talks. I was that I don't know made the conference finals MVP for the West and the Eastern.
They want to make this one LeBron's on his way out, right?
Of course.
He would have like 12.
Did you use that against Michael Jordan? Yeah, like he has Michael Jordan.
I wouldn't.
Okay, well, I was about to say
I wouldn't.
I was like, ignorant if you do Michael.
It sounds weird to use that kind of.
That's really ignorant.
Yeah, it sounds weird to use that kind of award as an argument. Because then the other person could be like, okay, Jordan would have won like 20.
He would have.
Yes,
he really would have.
What I'm gonna say? No,
but
it's the truth. That's the worst thing you could ever say.
But you know people will do it though.
People will do it. There's some idiots that will do it, but it's like Jordan would have won like 20.
Oh no, definitely.
Yeah, no question. So,
but anyways, yeah,
there we go. That will be all.
Be sure to subscribe to Sports Dynasty and Mafia Sports Report. Hope you enjoy March Madness, by the way. Shout out to Furman and Princeton for the upsets, by the way.
I will definitely tune in tomorrow
I
on that.
wonder if everybody got their brackets busted or not already.
Gotta be because
of those two games.
If you pick Princeton, like I don't know, bro. I don't know what's going on here.
No, you know what we're doing one year? I'm gonna just flip a coin for every single game and just see if
I gotta do it. You either gotta flip a coin. This is how you win the NCAA. You heard it here. You flip a coin for every team. You ask a girl to do it that don't watch sports, or you ask like your parents to do it. Like someone, people of that nature, or you meet a random person and be like, "Listen, do you watch sports? No, good. Fill this out," and then you win. That's how. Because you can't be knowledgeable and win things like that. You can't. Because
there's a different one game playoffs. Too many things can happen. Imagine Mark Manson sitting right where the Celtics have played Rockets and Houston beat them earlier.
That's the thing, because it's one game. So I can see that happening. Like if the NBA were to do something like that,
they can't.
You know what we fire? Could you imagine if the NBA did something like that and the team who wins the whole thing gets the number one pick?
So for teams that don't so for teams that don't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't want to hate that, to be honest.
Yeah. Like the teams that don't make the playoffs.
You really want to kill tanking? Do that.
Yeah. The teams that don't make the playoffs, you do a tournament. Whoever wins the whole thing gets no more pick. That would be so fire. I'm gonna call NBA.
I'm
gonna call NBA. And it happens in the offseason. So after the finals.
I would watch that.
Yeah, right? I would watch that. Imagine Houston against Detroit in the finals.
Right.
For the number one pick. They're going to play like everything, bro.
The only backside to that is that how much I bet the Thunder Jazz will, let's say Thunder Jazz miss the playoffs, right? Entirely. Jazz will get the number one pick.
That's true.
Listen, Victor Wembanyama and
but it's one game eliminations though.
Victor Wembanyama and Laurie Markkanen, let's on here for it.
But it's one game eliminations though. But you gotta have it like March Madness. One game elimination.
Oh no, that's what they should do. Yeah, no, for sure. But anyways,
but yeah. See ya.
Catch you on the side.